What up, my brother?
What up? Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Welcome to episode 9 of Tito and the Greek.
Tito and the Greek strikes again.
Pretty
In a timely fashion.
In a timely fashion this time.
Yeah. This time we
said we were going to do it, so
and we did it.
and here we are. A little earlier than most days.
Yeah. Because we are trying to push forward with this wonderful project, and we're trying to record bi-weekly, right? That was our commitment.
That is our commitment,
to ourselves and to our audience out there. So let's take this second, first and foremost, to remind you guys, whomever stumbles upon this, if you're not one of our loyal fans, we know you're there. Thank you. But those who aren't and are listening or seeing this, please do not forget to subscribe on YouTube or to go on all social medias and follow, like us, tweet at us.
Tag us.
And, of course, in all podcast platforms, ranging from Apple, iTunes podcasts to Spotify and all the ones that, follow, like Podcast Addicts. Which one do you use for podcasts? Do you use anything in particular? Just iTunes?
I used to use iTunes, and now I use Spotify.
Okay, gotcha. They're like minor ones. We are on as well. So, and if we aren't, guys, let us know, and we'll make.
Except for TikTok, we all know where we stand.
Well, that's not a podcast platform.
It could be.
They know by now.
It could be.
They know by now that we are not TikToking.
What a great opening, Tito. That was nice. That was good.
I'm telling you, we're bringing our A game, aren't we?
We are.
There you go.
We are. What are we talking about today? What's going on?
So first of all, you had a question when we were doing the sound check.
Yeah, you talking about NFTs?
But you had a question before that, right?
I did. I have a lot of questions.
Okay, please hit me.
I asked you what are NFTs.
NFTs. So you probably have seen the actual concept popping in and out in the media, in social media, regular media, all across the internet, because it's something that's very hot right now. So NFTs, NFT is actually the acronym of non-fungible tokens.
Okay.
Right? So this is the latest digital craze that's going on at the moment. What is that in essence? Let's see if I do a good job explaining it to you, because I haven't explained it to anyone just yet. I've just read a bunch about it. And,
well, I just yawned. I'm sorry.
So it's okay.
See, guys, I just woke up. So anyone who's going to say something, I'm sorry. I'm drinking my coffee right now.
Drinking his coffee. So these non-fungible tokens, all right, what are they? In essence, what they are is just digital elements that live and have validation on the internet because they have an encryption attached to them.
Okay.
An encryption lives in the blockchain. You've heard about cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah.
Do you have maybe a basic knowledge of what cryptocurrency is and how they work?
Not really.
Right. So there is this technology called the blockchain technology, which is in essence a vast public ledger that records all transactions, making them public and making them secure through encrypted language.
Okay.
All right. We're not going to get into how it becomes encrypted
and
who does that.
Yeah.
But the point is that you, in essence, can encrypt anything. You encrypt it, meaning giving that digital element an actual code that validates that as an exclusive thing. So let's say I create a little picture, right? A little digital picture.
Okay.
Now, I can go to different services, Mintable, Wearable, there are a bunch, and they are like growing like mushrooms on season. They mint that. They coin that digital asset, which is a little picture, right?
Okay.
Minting means that it's written on the blockchain. The blockchain is that ledger, that it's a public and that it's almost unhackable, and there is registered there that you've backed that up, that digital creation with a ledger code, right?
Okay.
So what happens is that digital creation that we're taking as a token now, it's become an NFT, a non-fungible token. Why is non-fungible? Because it cannot be used. Huh?
Can we what?
It cannot be. No. You cannot use it in exchange for something. Just for something equal of it. Like for example, a non-fungible element would be the Mona Lisa or the Guernica from Picasso.
Okay.
So a piece of art. There's only one Mona Lisa. Right. You can sell it and make money, but the thing is that it's only one Mona Lisa.
But this is only for art.
Well, it's not only for art, but I'm just.
You're giving me an example.
Giving you an example of what it is. So the point is that the Mona Lisa is non-fungible because it cannot be replicated and have the same value. Of course, you can make a print out of it And these days you can make a very high quality one, but still it's not the original.
It's not the original.
So the original is non-fungible. The classic example of fungible items, in this case tokens, would be money, right? A dollar bill is a fungible item because my dollar that I have in my pocket, I can exchange it for your dollar because it's the same thing. They may look different because somebody painted on them or it's a little bit more, scuffed.
But it has the same value.
It has the same value because they can be exchanged.
And this is what's going on?
So here's what's going on with that, right? So you see, you have the example I gave you, digital art, a picture of us that we make into our logo. Let's take our logo, right? Our logo right now is just a digital element, right?
Yes.
Just a digital JPEG, PNG, whatever master file we have, right? If I go on those services that mint it, right?
Okay.
That attach to it an encrypted code, if you will, which they charge you for, by the way. So this is a business. Then this has become a non-fungible token. You see? Because we have digital asset, we have the service that encrypts, that attaches it to a blockchain transaction. Then we have an NFT.
So it's basically like a copyright in a way.
In a way, very simply put, right?
Yes.
Now, what happens with this NFT? Okay, that is no longer, we have an NFT now. This NFT is our logo, but it's an exclusive, unique, and transferable one, right?
Okay.
So that one can be replicated 1,000 times, but we know, whomever owns that owns the original, right? Because there's a public ledger, right? The blockchain technology in which you can go, it's public, you can search with the code that you have, and you can see the transaction that was made X date for X amount, and with the encrypted code.
Okay.
Right? So then all of a sudden, we've turned this into an asset that can be traded, right? Because there is only one, right? Because we have this transaction code thing that is on the blockchain. What is happening right now? The people are just commercing with this. So what has happened lately, I don't know if you've heard anything on the news, there has been like a few top sales in the last few weeks. I think we've mentioned him in this podcast. You know who Logan Paul is?
Logan Paul, the YouTuber.
The YouTuber. So he just, you can use anything tangible or non-tangible and make it into an NFT, right? It's better to do something non-tangible because it inherently, it may be easier to produce, right? So what this guy did first, he just unboxed some original and opened Pokemon cards box set from the first generation, golden or platinum or something that was very valuable. So he unboxed it and he opened it's a box, it's 30 something packs. So he opened the packs and there was like a Charizard, which is the high.
I remember the Pokemon cards. I used to have them.
Exactly. So then he unboxed them and put them up for sale and sold a bunch of them for an average of $38,000, racking up about 3-point-something million.
Damn. On Pokemon cards?
On Pokemon cards. And then he did his own NFT. So he made a little digital picture of him like as a cartoon of Pokemon, and then minted that, so transformed that digital art into an NFT and sold it. So it's now, you can buy it now. I think he made it because you can either do like a single one, right? One Mona Lisa, or you can do 10 Mona Lisas.
Yeah.
Right? And then you commerce with that. Once you mint it, you can actually choose to put royalties on it. So if let's say I create a piece of art, our logo, and we put a 10% royalty.
And I get royalties on this.
Exactly. So whenever it's sold in the future, we'll get 10% every time. Or whomever is on the original account of the original, because the very first transaction is what gives validity to this, right?
Right.
So because you could tell, okay, well, I can just go online and just, do save as on your Instagram or your YouTube and take the logo, and I have now a copy of the logo. That's true, you have it, but you don't have the original one.
The original one.
And how do we know what the original is? Because it's written
in
the blockchain.
In the blockchain, yeah.
Exactly. So that's what an NFT is.
Wow, look at me learning shit today, man.
There you go.
Listen, I always come on this podcast ready to learn things. This was
you got it, sort of? Like I'm
learning
about it. I'm learning about it too.
Well, Tito, good luck with you on that one. I hope.
Yeah, here's something crazier.
I hope you venture far in this, whatever the NFTs.
So I have a few ideas I don't want to reveal on air because, people could steal them away. But, now it's blooming.
Yeah, people could steal them away.
Yeah, because now this is blooming right now, this way of commercing with collectibles, right?
Okay.
Because, and this is something I wanted to ask you about. Collectibles have been there for a century or even more. as in a modern thing, right? You know, what can you tell me? Because I don't know much because I didn't grow up in this country. What can you tell me about trading cards, right? They are the baseball ones are the most precious. Is that right? Or the basketball ones?
Oh, like rookie cards are mainly like the most precious ones.
But any sport or baseball?
Mainly baseball and basketball.
Gotcha.
Right. Like I growing up, I always had baseball cards and basketball cards. I think I still have some. Yeah.
Are you aware on how they acquire a value? It's because they become very rare. It's just weird players that never made it and became legendary.
No, it's like players that are like rookie, like like Derek Jeter's rookie card is like that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like all the great players, like all the great, like especially players that are in the Hall of Fame. Like their rookie cards are are tough to come by.
Gotcha. Probably there are autographed ones that are
exactly
maybe
autographed
significantly
ones.
more expensive.
Exactly. Yes. There's also cards. Like you said, like there's so many rookie cards, but like the first rookie card is like.
Gotcha. There might be limited editions that they do on a season, right?
Yeah.
And okay. With soccer cards, at least in what I know in Europe and Latin America, it's a little bit different.
I think I have some soccer cards too.
Yeah. I think they tried, but in the soccer cards, as far as I can tell, they were more just you just would collect them to finish that season's book.
Okay.
So there were some that were harder than others, but it was purely based on on the perceived chances of them coming into a pack.
Yeah.
Like a new signed player sometimes there wouldn't be a lot in circulation. So the buzz will be, by word of mouth will be out. Yeah. So you would know, whatever. But it doesn't have to be a rookie. It can be anyone.
It's also, I think.
It's a rare one.
Well, why it makes it so rare now, what I think is now, it's because everything's so digital now. So nothing's printed anymore as much as you would want. Like I still see, like you can still buy baseball cards if you want. But people now everything's digital, so like the more something that's printed back in the day, it's a little more rare and it's more valuable because it's historicness.
Yeah. But it's very interesting what you brought up, right? Because here's the beauty, which is what I personally I'm a big believer on the blockchain technology.
Okay.
I got on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency sort of early-ish. 2017.
A lot of money.
Not early. No, early. Actually, I wish I had gotten early. But because at first I didn't understand it, but upon sheer perseverance to try to understand what the fuck was that, because remember, I'm a man of words, not of numbers. So this is all engineering, digital stuff. So it's harder for me. But after I understood what the technology is, I realized that if all these intelligent people are saying the same and what they're saying is true, this is going to change the economy of the world.
Of course, yeah,
forever.
At some point, yeah.
Because if you have something, proof of transaction that's unhackable and that is decentralized, because that's the beauty of the blockchain, a government would have to invest like a crazy amount of resources in order to damage that. Yeah. There's been governments that have tried to ban cryptocurrency transactions, the blockchain mining, but it just doesn't matter. It's just too wide. It's too decentralized for you to just fuck everyone up in Nigeria or India. It doesn't really matter. In Iceland, you have like mining rigs that are like kilometers, square kilometers in size. So it doesn't really matter that what the governments do. And there is danger in there.
Okay.
Because have you ever thought about what money is? Sorry, this is becoming very serious. Fuck.
This is getting really serious.
Sorry about that. But if you think about it in essence, what money is nothing really. Really, money only matters because a large, vast amount of people gives it value, right? What was the Greek coin before the euro? The drachma or something?
The drachma. That's what you say.
Okay. So the drachma, right? So the drachma. The drachma was most likely, unless you shock me here, it was less valuable than the dollar, wasn't it?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit.
But in essence, it's just paper, right? It's just one government issues. The Greek government issues that. The American government issues the other one, right? So the intrinsic value of it is by the power of the government or by the trust the government has. I'm getting too complicated.
You're getting way too complicated. You're confusing our listeners now, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
After the stimulus package that was just passed, the $1.3 trillion.
Yes.
Which, thank you, Joe Biden, by the way. I got my
stimmy dimmy.
I got my stimmy dimmy. I'm going to go buy a Greek island now with it.
Fuck yeah. I didn't get mine, by the way. Side note.
Yeah, because, it takes time for you. I get it.
Wow. That sounds... Stop the hate.
Anyways, do you think the more we put ourselves in debt in this country, that the dollar is eventually going to...
Collapse?
And
go down in value? It's hard to tell. Right?
Yeah.
because
I was having this conversation the other day yesterday.
this is what I perceive. Again, I'm not an economy expert, so if anyone
It's,
wants
you
to...
sound like an economy expert.
No, bro, I just can take information, process it, and then spit it back out to you. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? Once I've understood it.
Right,
sorta,
right. I get it.
Right? But I really don't know what's going to happen. The thing is that how I perceive it, having been around in the world a little bit, I feel the dollar is too powerful to really sink that much. Of course, it can fluctuate heavily, and that is going to depend on multiple factors. The U.S. government and the U.S. stability as a country being the main one, which is why the U.S. dollar was more precious than the drachma, because the U.S. economy was stronger. So the government, the government could back it up more, and therefore, you know, it was more valuable. Also because, you know, the U.S. has been the superpower for ever since the World War II ended.
Yes.
Greece can say the same. So,
wow, dude.
So there are a few factors that play a role. But in essence, is really the value, again, people give to money. Because before, right, money used to be backed up by precious minerals, in this case gold for the most part.
Right.
But then, you know, the US I think England for Western countries, the powerful ones, started to transition to a non-backed up by gold currency system, in which your currency is not a note that stands for X amount of gold, but stands for the security that government gives you. And then there is a market, offer and demand, and that money goes up and down. The U.S. money is valuable from the get-go because it's a stronger country, because it's a country with a better economic position. And then in the market, it only goes up because more people want it, because from the get-go, it's more expensive, it's more valuable. But it's a piece of paper in essence that you use to buy shit.
It is a piece of paper, yeah.
But you can even say the same about gold, right? We don't really know how much gold is in the world.
Do you have any gold in the world or no?
No.
What about silver coins?
There's a lot of rip-offs out there, so I don't really know. I don't really know that much about that. I think gold is probably like a safe thing. I don't think it's gonna probably won't go up or down remarkably in value, because it's
gold
finite.
went down remarkably in value like 10 years ago. It went down heavily.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You see, but that's what I was trying to get at. We don't know how much gold is in the world. We assume it's scarce, right?
I mean, I wouldn't know anyway.
Nobody knows, bro, because there's too many private owners of gold, right?
Right.
So we don't really know how much is there. I think there's estimations on the reserves of gold, but we only know estimates on countries and their reserves of gold. But anyway, that all changed, and now money is only backed up by the strength of a government. And the strength of a government, it's a multifactorial thing, right? The U.S. government's strength is not only their economy, which is being bombarded by China, but also the ability that they have a military that can fuck anyone they want up real fucking quick, you know, because they invest a lot of their wealth into that.
Into the military,
Exactly. But again, this is getting pretty fucking serious right now.
Fucking economics 101 with this guy. Wow,
let's go back to the tokens one. You know why they matter? Because you brought up a very interesting point, right? You're saying, well, I think physical, tangible collectibles,
physical,
such as cards,
tangible collectibles are historic items now.
They are. But the thing is that you can turn them into an NFT as well.
Ah, okay.
Because remember what I told you in the beginning, an NFT becomes an NFT when you take something and encrypt a code, make a transaction into the blockchain that validates the originality of that.
Okay.
Right? So I could take a card, a physical LeBron James card, I don't know, right? And then go on one of these minting services, right?
Okay.
Minting as in coining, like when you mint an actual form of currency. Are you familiar with this term?
Not really, man.
Bro, okay, the Federal Reserve mints dollars, right? They just print dollars. You know, coins, they just mint them.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever. The point is that there's an intermediate there that does the computational transaction that turns anything into an NFT. Here's an example of an out of the ordinary, perhaps, for what you know thus far about an NFT. Tweets, bro. There is this service, right? That sells tweets. So the service, if you give it consent, they will mint your tweet, and then that tweet will be in their marketplace up for sale.
And people could buy the tweet.
They just first tweet in history, which is Jack Dorsey's, the creator of Twitter. He said checking back tomorrow or something like that. You want me to read it to you?
Please.
Okay, so the first
someone bought this tweet.
$2.5 million.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And the Elon Musk's ones, they are calculating that it's gonna go crazy in price as well. So it's just setting up my Twitter, TWTTR. That was the first tweet ever made. And it is believed, because of Twitter has become a form of communication, in part thanks remarkably in the later years because of Trump, it's become such...
Social media is just overpowering everything.
Exactly. But Twitter is perhaps even more...
It's even more.
On the long run, because, you know, Facebook, you're starting to see the cracks, right? People started for a while now dissing Facebook. Haven't you noticed this?
Oh, of course,
I don't have
yeah.
Facebook. Psst. No, only Twitter. No, only Instagram. Like Facebook has become.
But it just fascinating.
little-
It's fascinating to me because like a lot of people get their news from Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook,
That's the element.
right? And it's crazy because you get people who are like, oh, don't watch the mainstream media. I get my independent news.
Problem, right? They just demonstrated or showed that we tend to gravitate towards something, towards people or services that agree with us, right? So you've heard about this.
It's an algorithm, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an algorithm, yeah.
So you've heard how the algorithm
Right.
favors the vacuums
Of
in
course.
which people, like the bubbles, right, where
Yeah.
people gravitate. So it's very rarely that someone very very woke is gonna be, on the lookout for the latest Tucker Carlson's tweet, most
Right.
likely, right?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they're gonna think this is a fucking piece of shit.
If I like 10 photos about the Yankees, my next 10 photos are going to be about the Yankees. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but if for whatever reason you would like to have a holistic picture of how the Yankees are performing by, looking at other teams' pictures,
Yeah.
that would be the only way by you consciously doing that that the actual service is
Yeah.
going to show you that. Or otherwise you'll see Yankees every day, 24/7, and eventually you'll think the Yankees are the shit.
Well, they are the shit, but
maybe
that's
they aren't.
besides the
But
point.
maybe they aren't. Maybe they aren't. But they are. But maybe they aren't.
They
could
are.
not be.
And
They
this
could not be.
podcast is the shit.
That's right.
Unless we have a guest to prove me otherwise, then please.
So
But-
anyway, so that's the beauty of this thing. So it's now
Are we active on Twitter? Tito and the Greek? Well,
not so active. We are, it's at the end of the day, we're a team of two, right? So it's pretty hard to actually fucking manage everything. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Also, I gotta say, since I've taken the lead
Fucking
on the
dig on this one.
on the social media.
What a jab, dude.
Oh no, I have a job at who?
A little bit.
No, I wasn't.
A little bit.
Anyway, so why do you wanna put up in this called? Hold on, how's the platform where they sold it? It's called Valuables. I don't know. It's a marketplace for NFTs. You want us to encrypt, like to mint our few tweets?
Our first
put
tweet.
them up for sale?
First tweet, yeah.
Yeah, bro. We're laughing at this now. Probably Jack Dorsey in 2006 was laughing. March 2006 when he
Damn,
wrote.
that was what?
15 years ago, bruh.
15 years ago, man.
Yep. So
Wow.
So he had 2.5 million, bruh. And again, so then now people
But
are going
now-
crazy because you can sell anything
Who,
really. But you can sell.
who sold the 2 point? That company sold it.
That company acted as an intermediary. So that company.
So that company got $2.5 million off
no,
of this tweet.
Jack Dorsey did.
Wow.
Because in the tweet's specific case, what this valuable marketplace does, they encrypt it for you at a fee price, right? So
I
it
got
may
you,
be,
yeah.
and all this is possible because they're not using dollars. The
Right.
dollar is the very end of the transaction. What they're
Yeah.
using is Ethereum,
Okay.
which is a cryptocurrency,
Right.
right? So by using a cryptocurrency, you
Dude, this
detach-
is all like fake. This is like fake money to me.
It's all
just-
fake.
It's like clouds in the air,
Well,
man.
it's
It's
all-
fucking insane.
It's all backed up by people's trust in this being worth
Yeah,
something.
but isn't that a little weird? Isn't that crazy a little
It
bit?
is crazy.
Man?
It is crazy because
It's
why?
scary. It's scary.
Okay, but get this. Okay, what would you say is the most
It's like
valuable?
the stock market. It's scary. Sorry.
It is, but this is even scarier in a way.
This is way scarier.
because you have to compare it, going back to the analogy of the trading cards, right? What is the most precious oldie rookie card? Babe Ruth, the one we were talking about?
I mean,
Or
I don't know if
Mickey
it-
Mantle is another one?
Mickey Mantle's a great. Yeah, that's
Mickey
a good
Man-
card. That's a great card. to have.
Imagine that card, right? Why is that card valuable, really? Just because all baseball fans give it value, right? But in essence, a piece of paper that costs 0.001 cents to produce.
That's true, but
right?
also
So it's really the reputation that card has that gives it the value.
Right.
And there's that community that actually, by trading, enhance the value of that shit.
Okay.
It enhances it so much that the people who are not from that community, that see that community is large and gives it value,
Yeah, but
buys it as an investment.
Right.
Here is what it gets interesting with the NFTs. Now, the NFTs, it is previewed that because people are moving on the cyberspace so much, they will only go up in value. So there are people who are just investing in random shit very cheap right now of digital art, of tweets, of whatever the fuck they can get their hands on that is made, that has been turned into an NFT as an investment. Okay, I paid 0.001 Ether, which is, $3. Yeah, but that's today in 2021. Maybe in 2028, because this person exploded, I don't know, is the next artist, the next podcaster, the next whatever. Now this costs $1,000, $2,000. Whatever, $1 million. Who the
Right.
fuck knows? You
Who
know what I
knows?
mean?
Yeah.
So it's all built upon, but it's really nothing. A tweet is nothing.
it's nothing. Exactly what it is.
Now, but the first tweet, if Twitter has changed the history of the world, the first motherfucking representation of that world-changing technology is gonna be worth it something. It's gotta.
So this
just like
could-
Mickey Mantle,
so
who
the-
changed the sport of baseball.
So
That's why it's value because
So
it
this could be
changed.
like LeBron James' first tweet or something.
They sold LeBron James' dunk, which is a GIF of his dunk. They mint it. So they turned that little video into an NFT by minting it, right? The process we just described before. And then they sold it for like $500,000.
Come on, man.
Let me tell you. LeBron James, $200,000. NBA Top Shot, non-fungible tokens are skyrocketing in value. You see, so they are taking whatever is NBA related, in this case, short videos, they are turning them into NFTs by the process we described by now pretty well. And then they're commercing with them. They're putting them up for sale, and it's fucking LeBron James, arguably, top 5 in history of basketball, the most dominant at the moment and in the last, 15, 20 years. So, $200,000. Bam.
That's crazy. That's wild. I never knew about this shit at all.
But it is, yeah. So
thank you for giving me a crash course on this.
No, of course. And again, guys, do not take my word for it. I'm
you sounded pretty confident when you were explaining this. So.
Well, I'm saying this because I'm able to understand what I've read that these people have written about it. And then I've gone on the websites and see those transactions, and I've been down the rabbit hole to see the actual end of the blockchain. So I can see that is true what they are saying. Now, again, this could be, and most people believe this is a huge bubble. Because at some point, people are going to be like, fuck this, I don't care. Or it's going to go out of fashion. Now it's hot and trendy, right? Oh, the next cyber trend, right?
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency was a few months or years ago or whatever. Or, there are so many things that become trendy.
Did you hear about 50 Cent? That 50 Cent had something in Bitcoin he had no idea about? And then he profited over this?
No, I didn't know. Let's look it up. Whoa.
Yeah. Rapper 50 Cent just realized he's a Bitcoin millionaire.
Exactly. Check this out.
700 Bitcoins after agreeing to accept payments in the...
Read it for the audience, bro.
Oh. No, I don't like reading out loud. Everyone knows this.
Do you want to read it? All right. I didn't know this.
I hate reading out loud, and fucking Sean was right. Damn.
Okay. So to confirm what you were saying, I just have it in front of me as well. TMZ reported that 50 Cent's real name Curtis Jackson.
He bought 700 Bitcoins. And the one Bitcoin in 2014 was worth $662. This is correct.
Yep.
So now that
is 56,000 last time I checked.
Wow.
Let's check right now. So he got 700 of them at a price of $662. And now each of those 700 Bitcoins is valued, let's be conservative, since the last time I checked, $55,000.
one Bitcoin.
Exactly. And he has 700 of them.
Dude, this guy made more. Oh, it's ridiculous, dude.
He
made a lot more money off of the vitamin water too.
Right. But that he was conscious of it.
That he was conscious of it. But it was funny because he made more money for that than he did in his music.
Really?
He did.
I thought he is a pretty big rap artist.
He's pretty big. It was alright.
Speaking of rap artists, very revealing. I watched this Biggie.
Oh, Biggie.
Big,
yeah. Notorious B.I.G.
B.I.G. Documentary.
Did you know who he was before that or no?
I've seen him. I've seen a fat African American.
It was
rapping,
all a dream.
right?
You don't remember that song?
But apparently, it's very deep. They
yeah. I think it was a good documentary.
What can you tell me about as a fan, if you will?
Was
he like? They put it as in he changed rap music. They said on the documentary. I know nothing about rap music.
I mean, listen. I know I like listening to rap music. I like listening to Biggie. Biggie was always like growing up in New York, especially in New York because he's from New York.
Brooklyn.
He
even says his corner because it was his corner back in the day because of the crack epidemic or whatever.
Right. And it's also like he became so big, man, because he was like, he was a drug dealer.
Right.
A real drug dealer.
Apparently
he wasn't faking about selling drugs and all this shit like all the rappers might do.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. I think like his rap was like a little more authentic, a little more different than everyone was used to on the West Coast, like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Gotcha. So he really made
NWA. Yeah, he kind of
a difference.
And then at that point, Tupac was rapping too. So, he kind of brought a style to the East Coast rap, if you want. And then we just grew, growing up in the 90s, that's all you heard, you heard Biggie. So
exactly, yeah. Like,
and rap then was different from rap now.
Very true.
So, what was it?
I don't know. Just had a beep. That was random.
You got a bomb in here, Tito?
I do not. I don't know. Anyway, and but it was very, very good for someone who doesn't know anything like myself. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I love stories. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So it was a very nice story how he made it from nothing, and
he became really big, man. Yeah,
exactly. Very quick, also.
Very quick, and Puff Daddy helped him too.
Yeah. He's in the he's in the documentary.
Sean Combs.
That's
P Diddy's name. Yeah.
Gotcha. It's a clothing brand that I guess he also made. right?
Sean, is it Sean John, I think.
No. Sean Combs is no or something.
Sean Combs, yeah, it is.
That's the name of the brand.
Sean John is the clothing company.
Ah,
I
gotcha.
remember Sean John's, yeah.
Do you have any swag?
I used to, not anymore.
Okay, cool. Just to finish with Curtis Jackson, I just made the calculation when we were talking on the calculator. He made $38.5 million.
Congratulations, fucking 50 Cent, man.
Wow. Without no...
Within, he had no idea.
He said, sure, yeah, pay me in Bitcoin.
Crazy.
I'm loaded already with the vitamin water money. Anyway, so yeah, bro. So we'll keep our audience posted on NFTs.
On NFTs,
our
please.
ventures. We may start like putting
Well,
things
once a
up for
month, we're gonna
sale.
start putting it.
Yeah. Anyway, so speaking of speculation, you were telling me off camera that you are very confident about sports betting. Tell me more. About this.
Yes, I feel
So
like
what's the deal? What's happening? Come on, give me the scoop.
it's not a scoop. I just think when sports betting becomes legal in New York, that it's kind of gonna go. It's gonna get big in a way.
Really?
Yeah, I mean New Jersey by itself when they legalized it.
You remember it used to be illegal in New Jersey.
Yes.
And then they legalized it as of
Yeah.
recently, and the
More-
industry skyrocketed in there.
Of course, because more people are buying into it. It's more accessible to people to buy. You get what I'm saying? Like if I just
Yeah. Well, if you're in New York,
if you're in New York, yeah.
so tell me something then. Let's move into the digital space. If you are in New York, and you download the app and try to make place a bet, you can't.
You can't place a bet. No,
You cannot.
No.
Oh, this is the key, because I was in the digital space. What does it
Right.
matter whether a state has it legal or not?
New York is trying to make it legal.
Right.
To make it accessible for you
Right.
to sports bet because there's so much
Exactly.
money because there's so much
Gotcha.
and the more money you win, the more tax dollars you got to pay on it.
So tell me something though. Can you hook up your computer with a VPN?
No, it's the DraftKings or the company that you use. They're gonna
Yeah.
find that you're using a VPN.
Really?
Listen, I'm sure
so
there's-
they track it that much.
I'm sure there's ways around it that I don't know right now.
Yeah, but it's illegal. And
But it's illegal in New York.
They
Right,
enforce
exactly.
the legality.
They
Like,
enforce
weed,
it really
weed,
bad.
they don't enforce it, but they enforce it.
Exactly, yeah. And
How do you do to place your bets?
I don't place any bets now because I'm in New York.
Ah,
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha. That's
So
what we're
when that
talking
becomes
about.
legal, it's gonna be very accessible for everyone in the state. It's gonna be, it's gonna skyrocket because sports betting, you can win money on it.
Right.
Like you could place a $10 bet and win $200. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, you can lose it also.
You could also lose it exactly, but you can also win. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather lose $10 as to losing $200.
This is the essence of betting. That's why
Exactly.
people waste.
And then MGM Entertainment bought. They bought Empire City Casino that's in the Yonkers, not that far away from here. They only have video game like video poker and stuff like that, like video blackjack.
Yep.
But live tables are gonna come there soon, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So
How's that allowed?
How's that allowed? Why? Come on, man.
Yonkers is New York.
It's a casino.
Ah,
Empire
okay. If
City
you have a
Casino.
license, you can actually do it. Of course.
Yeah.
Got you.
Right, but they don't have live tables. So I
Okay.
feel like the sports betting and the gambling world is gonna change in New York.
Interesting.
And like they just made it illegal that there's 4 casinos upstate New York that you can sports bet in those in their casinos. You can place a bet on sports in their casino.
Wow, which you couldn't before.
No.
Ah.
So I feel like sports betting is gonna.
Is there any estimation
Go
on when this is actually going to go full on?
No,
legal?
I mean no. I can't. I couldn't confirm or deny it, so I
Gotcha.
wouldn't know.
But the buzz is that it's imminent.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay. Are you advising our audience to put some steamy money in the
No, I'm not.
in the betting companies?
I am not. I'm not.
the
I'm
area?
just saying it's gonna be big. That's all I'm saying.
Got you. Okay. Well, let me take I believe in you, my brother. So I
Don't believe me because I don't know jack anything about anything.
Wow.
About especially stocks and shit like that. I don't know anything about that.
Got you.
Because sports betting is huge, man. That's why they legalized it.
Yeah.
They legalized it for a reason. They legalized it because they know that there's so much money to be brought in. There's a lot of money, and the state's losing a lot of money on this.
Probably.
Tax money, of course. It's
Like any
100%.
legal activity.
Like any legal activity, of course.
For
So
real. Now, what's your take on the amount of lives that get destroyed by gambling addiction? Because this is something in Europe has happened, not in England as much, which has a very rich and heavy tradition in betting, but in other places in Europe, it used to be illegal, or it didn't used to be those many services that would offer you an easy way to bet. and this has changed as of in the last 10 years or so. So now they're facing these countries kind of like a big problem of a lot of like minors,
Well,
kids that are like 15, 16, 17s that just go on the parlor on the actual betting.
this is in Europe. You're
store.
talking about,
Yeah.
Europe is like
And
heavy.
they're like
yeah.
going, but it's like affecting again
Yeah.
people who are becoming addicted to betting all the fucking time on anything. Like you'll have them betting
it's
badminton
betting-
matches in
well,
Indonesia.
Well, betting is like a drug, man.
Fuck.
It's like any other drug, and I don't see anyone.
Right?
If anything, this country benefited on drugs, right?
Well, some people did.
Some
yeah.
people did, right? Yeah, of course.
To some, the government did.
The government did exactly. So of course the government's gonna make it legal right now because they're gonna be benefiting. Of course, is it a problem? They know it's a problem, but wouldn't they make? I feel like the government would rather make money than helping people have gambling addictions.
For real. Well, I mean,
It's
Ideally,
sad, but it's the truth. You know?
ideally they would have to find
shit, sorry, am I
an
too
average
loud?
medium. Yeah. Sometimes you raise your voice, and we don't have a sound engineer to do it, so I have to do it.
Sorry, it's a Greek in me, bro. You know how it is.
Wow. Yeah. I feel it. It lives so strong in you, my brother.
It does. Everyone knows this. I'm a loud person.
Everyone knows.
Can I ask you a question? Do I walk weird?
Describe weird.
Like, I don't know. The past 2 days, my friends say that I strut. Like I strut a little bit. Do you think I strut? I want you to. I want people to know that know me. I don't do this on purpose. It's just how I walk.
Okay. You know I love you, right?
Oh, we're in the trust circle now. Now you gotta come out with the truth, aren't you?
Well, I gotta.
Wow. So
am I
do
your
I-
friend?
now, do
Or
I-
I am your
do I
clapper?
walk
I'm your clapper and
funny?
your friend. Who am I?
Do I walk funny? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't think you walk funny, but you have certain sway
I
that
have
may
a-
raise
I have
some brows.
sway,
You
right,
have a
yeah,
sway, you know?
I don't mean
What's
to have
going
this
on?
with it. I don't want to walk like a robot.
No, here's what happens also.
Like, how do you
know,
walk? You know,
I think
you walk like this too.
Can I share something with you and with the audience about
Go
you?
ahead.
Okay, when you are more in tune with your physicality, when you are kind of like working out and more active, I feel you sway a little less. So I think it's a consequence of you, perhaps not being.
What do you think?
as
So I now have a
active.
weight problem because that's why I sway? Is that what you're saying?
That's how you interpreted it. That's not what I said. I said what I said.
No. You said if I'm more in tune with my body and I work out more,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna sway less.
This is only I've known you for some years now.
How
and
many years have we known each other? 6 years?
6 years, yeah. And when I
No.
first met you, 6 years. 2015 probably. But hear me out, okay? Here's the point. When I first met you, we could agree that you were on the heavier side of things. Is that
I
is
was,
that-
yeah,
is
and I
that
lost
fair
a
to
lot of
say?
weight. And I lost a lot of weight.
And then you lost a lot of weight because you became focused and active, and I admired you, cheered you up,
Right.
and supported you.
But
all the way.
I still walked funny.
I'm just telling you my personal experience by, being side to side with you several days a week. At the time, I perceived you did a little less. It's a fact.
Wow.
This is how I perceived it. Now,
All
I'm
right.
not saying that it's...
So,
that,
okay, I get it.
I'm just
I
saying
get
here that one is the strict and
All
direct
right, I'm gonna go on a
consequence of the
diet
other.
plan, Tito. That's it. I don't want to sway anymore.
Or maybe you won't. Maybe that's
I got in trouble one day in elementary school for walking a certain way.
Tell me more.
I was walking down the hallway, and my assistant principal thought I was trying to act cool. He's like, "Told us, who do you think you are? I'll walk in that way." He's like, "You making fun of people?" I was like, "No,
No fucking
I
way.
swear to God, it's a true story."
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. So all right, and I gotta watch my walking habits. I gotta watch my talking habits, my walking habits. Anything else I need to work on, Tito?
Well, it's being a human being, right? So you kind of like wanna, as that Biggie guy put it, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I don't think Biggie quoted that. I don't think that's Biggie's
I don't know.
quote.
I just said it. I never heard this before. Oh, it's something he said it on the lyrics, and I had because I used my brother's Netflix account, so I have the subtitles, so I saw them, and I'm like, oh, that's a very interesting line. You check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
That's part of being an adult human being is, right? You're not like out there all the fucking time. You sort of socially adjust, right? And
Right.
that means your tone, your voice. Of course, there are inherent things that come out of you, right? It's your instinct, who you are in essence at the core. However, that can be worked on. It's just like think about you as a very precious, thick ass marble cube, right? What do we do?
Sculpt.
We sculpt it, bro.
We
Chipping
sculpt
it
it.
away.
We're chipping it away. Chipping it away.
Remember what Michelangelo said about David. He was calling for me. I just revealed it to the world. That's what Michelangelo allegedly said.
Yeah.
Right?
But you know
Florence,
more than I
the
do, of
Renaissance.
course. Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. What I know, it's the point. Yeah, it's a very interesting artistic way of putting it.
I
And
agree.
It applies to you.
I agree, yeah.
We are looking right now, the audience, me here live with you first. We're looking at a beautiful, gorgeous, thick piece of marble.
Wow.
It's a piece of marble.
Holy crap, dude.
No, it's a thick piece of marble. It's a piece of marble. It's beautiful.
Wow.
I started saying a beautiful, wonderful.
This guy just called me thick, bro.
I called you. It was a metaphor.
Okay,
all
I
right,
got you,
it was a metaphor.
right.
You can take the
Why don't you? How about this?
yeah.
Cut that mop off your head. We talked about this in the last episode.
Yeah, I need, bro. I'm out of control. This
I,
is out of control.
I thought you were getting a haircut. What happened?
Life. My motorcycle broke down. I've been trying to fix it. You've witnessed that I'm now relying on stranger people to help me out.
Is that the motorcycle it's laying outside?
Yes, because you're not supposed to have your vehicles on the sidewalk, and I do.
Why are you? What's the big deal?
Because they could come and tow it.
Who wants to come and tow it,
Never
Tito?
know.
You think the NYPD commissioner is looking at our podcast right now? and
Trust
thinking about?
no one, brother. Trust no one.
So wait, are you gonna fix the motorcycle? Are you?
Hopefully, it has a major electric no major, but it has an undetectable thus far electric problem.
How long have you had this one?
The motorcycle?
Yes.
I've had it since late 2017, late 2018, so a couple of years. Yeah.
And what's wrong with it now?
So it hasn't. I think because I left it on the street because I was just taking it, but not as much, and it rained very heavy. I think some water, some electrical problem ensued, and I've been pulling it apart almost entirely, and I cannot find where the electricity cuts off because the spark plugs are not giving you a spark.
Have you taken it to a mechanic?
Well, here's the thing. All right, a mechanic. Do you know what the labor rate is right now in New York City for a mechanic?
I don't know.
$115, bro.
It's not that bad
For an hour. Okay. Then you
Alright,
add parts. Then you add multiple hours perhaps that it may take them because it's electrical. So electrical things are tricky because you need to start checking. Okay, I check here. It doesn't work. I check here. So they go by a process of elimination, right?
Okay.
So I know I didn't know jack about electricity, so I had to read a bunch of forums and see what other people may say. And then I started pulling the bike apart and checking connections and see if there was current going through with a voltmeter.
Yeah.
And this guy across the street saw me. And
He's tried to help you out.
Well, I found out that he was an electromechanic, but his area of expertise is cars. But he said, in essence, it's the same thing. It's just different vehicles. So, if we find the connections and we find I looked for the main circuit map for him. So he's like, we could technically trace it. So he was helping me. I got him everything from the internet that he needed. He said he couldn't do it. That I needed to find the connector that plugs it into a diagnostics tool. Damn, this podcast is being like,
this is a
people
lot.
I hate it. But anyway,
why are they gonna hate it though,
I
man?
don't know, because it's
Why are they gonna hate
very
it?
random things. We're going for NFTs
We're two guys talking about random things.
electromechanics and motorcycles. But anyway,
yeah.
so motorcycles these days they have, if they're basic motorcycles, they still have some electrical system going through it.
Okay, of course,
right?
yeah.
For the switch system for the spark plugs is more effective than having a carburetor.
Why don't you just get a Revel? Just use a Revel around. Don't use your motorcycle.
Rebels are the enemy.
Why are they the enemy?
Bro, they're prostituting. They're bastardizing the very concept of riding a motorcycle.
What do you mean? No, they're not.
Yeah, bro. Now everyone can just ride a motorcycle. A motorcycle used to be something. It used to be a commitment. That's what a motorcycle used to be. You see, riding a motorcycle sometimes is not a fun.
It's also a very scary thing.
It is scary. There is some risk, inherent.
Yeah,
to
of
it.
course, yeah.
And that adds value to the ones who dare to actually ride it. You need a license. You need, again, an actual motorcycle to ride it. Then the city is kind of hostile. You have the police against you.
So you're looking at it more of like an artistic way of riding a motorcycle.
A romantic way.
Come on, man. Did you think that's a little heavy though?
Well, by now. Our audience knows by now. I'm an intense person, am I not?
A little bit.
There you go. So that's what it used to be. But now every schmuck can ride a motorcycle and be cool, which is okay.
I rode a Revel and I thought it was cool. You're calling me a schmuck?
Well, I guess by osmosis, because I called everyone who no, you're not a schmuck. In all seriousness, I don't really care. I think
I know.
The only thing I care about with the Rebels is that motorcycle riding got a bad rap over the summer. Remember we talked about this?
Yes,
because there were some knuckleheads,
Idiots,
being reckless with them. But I really don't care. The point is that it costs money. I have an actual motorcycle, so it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be better off fixing my owned motorcycle than going on the Revel service and start paying for motorcycle rides.
I hope you fix the motorcycle problem quick, because I know you get a little upset about it over time. So.
Indeed, yeah. Because remember, I told you this before, and I'm gonna get romantic on this one, but I gotta. Okay, I am not the most American lover there is in here, right? But I can tell you one thing.
You don't love America? What do you mean?
Yeah, I appreciate things about America, and I am aware enough to see that there are things that don't work in this country as well. But overall, it works for me. What I want to tell you. But I can tell you this, though.
Please.
Whenever I fucking jump on those motorcycles, whichever I owned at the time, the one I have right now, whenever I jump on that motorcycle, bro, I personally embody that whole American dream thing of the pure freedom, as your countryman, Jack Kerouac, put it. nothing behind me, nothing
Who?
ahead of me.
Who said that?
Wait, you fucked up my quote. But yeah, Jack Kerouac, one of the leaders of the Beat generation, bro.
I don't know, man.
You don't know the Beat generation?
No.
You've studied this in school, bro. Jack Kerouac, On the Road. There's a movie made out of it. Anyway.
Dude, I don't think I studied this in school, dude.
Okay, whatever.
And if I did, I probably didn't remember it.
He had this quote, which was nothing behind me.
So you feel,
nothing ahead
so you
of me,
feel more, so you feel
as it
American.
always is
So
on the
you
road.
feel like an American when you're on a motorcycle.
I think I embody that fucking white bald
So you
eagle
feel-
on my fucking
So
motorcycle.
you feel like an American when you're riding the motorcycle.
I feel free
You
when
feel
I ride a
free.
motorcycle. And you know how America is kind of big on fucking freedom, bro?
It's based on freedom, bro.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So anyway, so that's what. But I love
What a
my motorcycle.
podcast.
Yeah. What a fucking crazy.
This is
pod.
shaping up as we got an economics. Let's review it for a little bit. We got an economics review on it. We got a crash course on NFTs.
NFTs, digital stuff.
We found out that I have walk fun and I need to lose weight. We're talking about your motorcycle that you've.
The interesting world
you
of
got-
riding a motorcycle.
You got
Or what
interesting
do you mean?
world of riding a motorcycle in your friendly neighborhood from the Washington Heights.
There you go.
It's helping
That's
you
right.
out.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
What's on the next topic? How much more
The
we
next
got on
topic,
this?
I have two things I wanted to.
Okay, please hit me.
First one, how are you feeling as an American, bro, with this whole Miami situation? I see
It's
images- I
like
see
spring
people-
breakers, right? What they have like a curfew 8:00 p.m.
Well,
Well-
they're not giving a fuck about it. They're that much.
Well, I could compare it to what happened over the summer on Steinway in Astoria.
Tell me more.
People crowded there's like a you've been on Steinway, right?
Yep.
It's like a long block. There's hookah bars, there's bars,
yeah.
restaurants.
Basurero, yeah.
Basuero, yeah. So
Colombian spot, that's pretty cool. If you guys want
it's
to
nice.
check it
No,
out.
it's a cool spot.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but it's nice. So over the summertime when the SLA implemented the curfew, right? No one on Steinway gave a fuck. So everyone that didn't give a fuck on Steinway, which I want to be clear, they were not from Astoria. They were coming from other parts of New York City, Brooklyn, Staten Island, New Jersey.
All the way from New Jersey.
All the way from New Jersey. They came to Steinway,
Yeah.
into Astoria, fucking made a mess of everything. And then the SLA afterwards was harassing other bars to close down to implement the curfew because they weren't implementing the curfew before. And then after the Steinway fiasco, here we are now. So that's kind of what I put it together in Miami. But it's Miami, man. Miami's always a shit show no matter where you go.
Yeah. Just too hot of a spot.
It's too out of a spot,
Especially
man.
during the spring break.
It was always a crazy time, man.
I think so.
Always
this
sick.
is what the place is built upon.
Yeah,
right?
it's exactly, yeah.
Let's go to Miami, have a crazy time.
Right.
You know?
I've been
Charge
to
for
Miami
everything.
with Eddie and Louie.
Oh,
For fun.
shit.
Yeah, fun time, man. It was a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I guess you got the good experience there.
Yeah, it was
Not
good.
like the guys who were being gassed out there, bro. 'cause
No.
They were like doing
Why is
rubber,
it
rubber
that,
balls.
is it that bad in Miami?
Well, I saw the police charging against
Jesus.
like a vast amount of people. So I'm assuming because they had the curfew and they didn't.
Yeah, because
people
they don't
didn't give a
care.
fuck.
Yeah, of course.
So anyway, and the second thing I wanted to bring up, bro, because I think our audience probably is expecting us a little bit, maybe. Big fight coming up on Saturday, bruh.
Who's fighting? Because
Bro.
I need another crash course on who's fighting.
Okay. Well, do you need the crash course for betting purposes?
No, I'll play.
Just to
No,
know. Okay,
let's make a bet. Yeah.
This is tricky, right? So the main event, okay, so UFC 261 and 260, sorry, and 261 is just confirmed, bro. Masvidal versus Usman 2. That's a big fight.
Who is this?
Full
again?
arena, Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, full
15,000
arena.
people.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
next event over.
Yes.
It's in April.
Yes.
Late April.
Yes.
We're talking about UFC 260, which is Stipe Miocic against Francis Ngannou. All right.
Okay.
That's the main event, and it's so.
And who do you think is gonna win?
This is what I'm trying to get at. It's tricky, bro, because this is Miocic and Ngannou 2. They fought about 4 years ago for the first time, or 3 years ago,
Okay.
and Miocic won for unanimous decision against Ngannou. Now, for me, without giving you a lot of back information, it's a little harder to make you understand. But in essence, even though
It's gonna be in Las Vegas.
right, exactly in the epicenter. So Miocic is the current champion.
And now this is a heavyweight, light heavyweight. This is where I get confused.
This is heavyweight.
heavyweight.
That's why it's important. We have
Ah.
a heavyweight title bout
I
as a
got
main
you.
card. So that already makes it because it's the king of the categories, right? We're
Right.
talking about huge ass motherfuckers. On the one hand, you have Stipe Miocic. I'm saying 6'4", 233 pounds. All right, and then you have the one that's even more of a beast at a physical level, which is Ngannou, again French Cameroonian, and he is 6'4" and 259 pounds. Well, but this is probably going to be heavier by the time he fights. But anyway, so we're talking about huge motherfuckers.
Right.
Right? And the first fight, Stipe won, unanimous decision. He dominated Ngannou. The first round of that combat.
It looks like Miocic is the underdog in the mirror.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Bro. Even though Miocic is the title holder, he's
He is an underdog. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's plus 100.
That's right. He's been defending the title for I don't remember exactly how many fights, but he has one of the longest streaks defending the title, if not the longest. Then he defeated Ngannou already, a few years back, but still, Ngannou is so menacing, and it is believed he's improved so much.
Right.
Ngannou, in the last 4 fights he's fought, the total ring time, it's been like 2 minutes and 42 seconds. The guy
beats the shit out of people.
Bashes motherfucker.
Wow.
All you need with Ngannou is like Deontay Wilder-esque, if you will. It's one.
But Miocic is the
one
current.
punch.
Miocic is the current title holder.
Current title holder, a more complete fighter, because Miocic.
I'll take Miocic any day of the week. $20.
But here's the thing, though. Ngannou has improved a lot. He is been showing, better skills combat after combat. He's younger, and he's been trained on because he came from boxing, right? He wanted originally to be a boxer. He has a beautiful story. I recommend people to read up on him. But the point is that he was very sort of novice to the sport when they first fought. And now he's much more experienced, and he's been training in the U.S. now, not only with Extreme Couture, Randy Couture?
Yeah.
He's been training there in Las Vegas, and also, this is a key element very important for our audience to know, Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare, current welterweight champion of the UFC, an All-American, very highly accomplished wrestler, has been training him, bro, and he's going to be on his corner during the fight.
Randy Couture.
No. Kamaru Usman.
Oh.
So you have on the one hand, Francis Ngannou training at Extreme Couture, Randy Couture's
he's just
MMA
training
school
at his school. Okay.
in Las Vegas. So he's been improving because he hasn't been in Paris training, but in a top team in MMA in the US, which is the mecca of MMA. And then he's also been working on his wrestling and grappling with Kamaru Usman. Again, current welterweight champion of the UFC, a beast of a mofo, and also a very highly accomplished, before his MMA career, a heavily accomplished athlete in wrestling. And he's going to be in his corner, which is very unusual to have an actual, a fighter, that's sort of could be more usual, but have a current champion on your corner. But they go on the bonding because both of them are African, although Kamaru Usman came here as a kid, but he was born in Nigeria. He was here, he was there until he was 8.
They have a lot in common, basically.
They have that bond of the, African power or whatever. So it's going to be awesome. The odds.
I got Miocic.
But you see how interesting it is?
It is.
Even though technically on paper Miocic should have a better ratio for the bets.
It looks like he's
the
underdog.
underdog. He's the underdog because they think.
Can we make a bet right now?
Bro,
I'll take Miocic $10.
Okay, and so I have to take Ngannou, obviously.
You do? Yeah,
Okay.
no.
I'll take Ngannou.
Unless you don't want to. If you want to, I'll take either or.
So here's the thing: my mother doesn't let me bet, but this is Tito on the Greek. Put me 10 on Francis.
We have to shake on this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you have Francis.
Yeah. And
I
you
have
have Stipe Miocic. Okay. It's done. Guys, you're
$10.
all witnesses. You're all
$10.
witnesses. $10. Let's see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting fight. Then the actual card in itself, it has a few other interesting fights. Let me just pull it up because, we have Sean O'Malley, which I was very excited about, but then he kind of like faded away a little bit after losing against Chito Vera over the summer last year.
Tyron Woodley's fighting too.
Exactly.
I remember seeing him a little bit.
There we go. Here we go. Tyron Woodley, former champions, is fight against Vicente Luque. We have, again, Sean O'Malley and Tomas Almeida, which I don't know. He's like lower in the rankings. So there are a few fights that are going to be interesting to watch. So I recommend you gather up. At the bar you work, is there TV at the bar you work?
I can't, but I'm not working this Saturday.
Okay.
I'm going out for my good friend Natasha's birthday. You know Natasha?
Of course.
Yeah, so I'm going out for her birthday. That's going to be exciting.
Cool.
Can't wait for that. But I'm not going to be working at the bar, so.
Okay.
Even if I was working at the bar, it's 11 o'clock. I got to kick everyone out by 11 o'clock.
Oh.
So by the time the main event's on, there's really no
That is
point.
crazy.
And also, I'm not
Indeed.
paying $60 to watch a UFC fight.
Wait, bars charge you attendance fee?
What are you talking about?
$60?
Who's gonna put? How is the event gonna be on the bar?
Because of the owners paying for it?
Why would But why would you want to pay for something if the main event's
Obviously not. Yeah, well,
right?
but
Exactly.
that goes
But we're
the
also
point,
not
I'm
a
just
sports
saying.
bar, so why would we pay for?
Well, I was asking you that before you got all right
But
up
because
about
you've
the
been to the
birthday.
bar before. That's why
I
I hate redundant questions. That's what I'm
Well,
like.
excuse me that I didn't check the entire decor of the bar to deduce that it wasn't a sports bar. I didn't ask if it was a sport. I just asked if it was a TV, brother. And you said there is a TV, so
There is a TV. Yeah, I play. But I just play the basics of soccer, football, basketball.
non-pay-per-view events. pretty
Non-pay-per-view events, correct?
much. Got you. All right. Well, mi berri, I think.
Are we calling it?
I think it's time to wrap it up.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think so. I also want to say, Happy Greek Independence Day for tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah. By the time this episode comes out, we've been past already.
Oh, okay.
But since we are on Tito and the Greek, and I am Greek,
Exactly. You
tomorrow,
got it.
tomorrow we're celebrating 200 years of freedom from the Ottomans.
For the Ottomans.
You
Boom.
know?
You guys.
Zito Ilas.
Sito Yelas.
Long live Greece, man.
Got long live Greece. Fuck yeah. Do you do anything in particular?
Well, tomorrow I'm working, but
Do you eat like
no,
Kalamata
but,
olives?
but normally
for
we
breakfast?
have a parade, right? We have a parade down Fifth Avenue.
Ooh, Fifth Avenue.
I used to march when I was in school all the time.
Dressed as a what?
What are you talking about?
Like the traditional, the regional.
But I used to, when I was a kid, I used to march with the traditional, like a tolya back in the day. But then,
Got you.
our school would make us march.
Okay.
And then it's just like so exciting, man. I love it.
Of course. You feel very proud.
And I was telling everyone, I want to get opinions on this. I should put a Greek flag right behind me.
Well, I
But
mean,
Tito was saying I should fold the Greek flag in half, which is very disrespectful, right?
no, I don't think so because we're displaying half of one flag and half of the other. So it actually works out. I thought, but okay. Hey,
Whatever.
do as you
We'll
wish.
think about it. We'll think about
I just
it.
want to honor
But tomorrow,
Greek Independence Day.
it's Greek Independence
I'm
Day.
going to wish you happy Independence Day.
Please.
I betcha on that. Okay?
Anything else, Tito?
I think that is all, my brother.
All right.
Okay, always a pleasure. You
Always a
wanna
pleasure.
do the honors? Remind people of.
I mean,
little
they should know
something?
by now, right? To follow, subscribe,
Uh-huh.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
And all
on all platforms,
in podcasts.
Spotify,
Yeah, iTunes
iTunes.
and all those minor ones.
Please, you gotta help us keep growing.
There you go.
And if I gotta keep on saying this every episode,
It's the
You know,
basics. It's the
it's the
basics
basics.
of podcasting and.
is it now? So you
yeah.
wrote a book on podcasting now? Is that
I've
what it
watched
is?
a lot of tutorials on digital content creation.
Okay. All right, buddy.
So reminding your audience about subscribing, liking, and interacting.
Look at this
It's
guy,
crucial.
expert in NFTs. He's a motorcycle. Look at what. He's
What
a
do you-
podcast extraordinaire. This guy's
Right.
ridiculous, right?
You don't have to hate.
I don't. I'm not hating. I'm not hating.
You're hating because I'm not an expert. I just share with you what I know.
Thank
That's
you.
all I
Tito.
do.
All right, buddy.
Anyway, my brother.
I'll
love
see you
ya.
again.
See you soon. Mwah.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.